Hello, everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art, and I am here today to paint with all of you and share some great information about Jen.
Hello, everyone. This is Jen.
Sorry about that. About everything that's going on in the den. Hello, Miss Dawn. How are you? Come on in, everyone, and say hello when you get here. We are having a great time tonight. I hope you are, and my prayers go out to everyone that is in the path of Hurricane Helene. I hope that it is not one of you, but I know that I have a lot of people that follow me that live in that area, so prayers go out to all of you. Hope you are all safe. Hello, Stacy. Hi, Kelly. Thank y'all all for coming on. And Laura and Tracy, let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can see me okay. I'm so glad to be here tonight. Are y'all relaxing yet for the evening? What are you doing? Hi, Paula. How are you? Hello, Miss Nancy and Tracy and Tara is here. Justine, I haven't seen you in a while. So glad you're here, Miss Justine. And Carrie, yay. Guys, we have something super special that's been going on for this past year in 2024 that I would like to share with all of you that a lot of people have been taking advantage of. And I wanted to let you know that we are launching again for another 6x6 challenge. And what I wanted to come on, well, not only did I want to just paint tonight, okay, and come on and share some good vibes with all of you and give you some love and let all of us share some joy and what's going on in our life and all that good stuff. Hey, Angie and Teresa. Hey, Judy. So glad you're back, my friend. So glad to see all of y'all. So much fun. Yay. I'm so excited. Good. I have some people to paint with tonight. Yay. So, yes. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to give you a demo of what I offer to it's separate from a membership. This is not a membership. This is something totally separate that I started offering in January 2024. Whether you are a member of my membership or not, it's still a separate component. Okay? If you are a member of any of my memberships, which I have a mini den and a den, you get a $20 coupon to use to become a part of this. So there is a discount for you. And if you can't find that coupon code or the link to sign and you want to sign up, just let me know and we'll make sure we get it to you. So, yes, hello Sally. Yeah, this is gonna be super fun. This one's gonna be super fun. So we're gonna paint tonight and we are gonna paint on a 6x6. I'm actually taking you through the entire process. This is what I call a 6x6 by 52 painting challenge. It's an acrylic painting challenge, and I'm going to show you all of the supplies that I use to do this. So what we do is we have, once you join and you become a member of the 6x6, you get a new painting tutorial every week for 52 weeks. So it's basically 52 painting tutorials over the course of an entire year. And every week it's painted on a 6x6 surface. And I'm going to show you all of the paintings that we've done and the surface that I use and all that good stuff. And it is a one-time cost. Hey, Cindy! So glad you're here. It's a one-time cost. It's not a recurring subscription. It's just a one-time payment for the entire year. But after the year is over, you get to keep all of the stuff for another entire year. So you basically get 2 years access for everything. So let me explain to you what we do. We paint, it is not seasonal. It's not seasonal painting. So in other words, during Christmas, we're not painting Christmas paintings. During Easter, we're not painting Easter paintings. because it just depends on when you joined. I have launched this. It's basically like a cohort. You know what a cohort is, right? So I am on the 4th cohort. Basically, a cohort is a group of people that start all at the same time, and they work together and they finish all at the same time. So a new cohort is being formed right now. And that new group or that new cohort is just like a group of people that are all doing the same thing at the same time. That new group starts October 7th. And every Monday morning, you get a new weekly painting dropped into your private hub. Okay? You also get access to the Facebook group. The Facebook group is only one Facebook group for all of the cohorts. So you may see some people working on week 24 when you're only on week 2 because you're in the same Facebook group, okay? So it just depends on what cohort you join and when you get on. So here's another launch. I just opened the cart this evening, and I wanted to come on tonight and show you what it's all about. It is not live paintings, okay? It is pre-recorded week by week, 52 weeks. Each video is about 45 minutes. You get a tracing template if it is something that I think you need a tracing template for, okay? And the most exciting part about this is we use the same surface every single painting, and we use the same paint brushes every single painting, and we use the same paint colors every single painting. So it's this little world of painting experience that will take your painting journey to another level. Okay, so we paint small to make big results. It is one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. And I think it would be so much fun for you to join us and share in this with us. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to paint. We are going to go through the entire process of painting a 6x6 to let you see what this 6x6 challenge is all about. And for all of you who are in the 6x6 challenge already, which we have a lot of you, you're probably asking, well, is this another 6x6? Yes, it's a bonus 6x6 challenge for all of you. So basically, you're going to get extra bonuses while you're in there as well. So I'm going to make this screen bigger so we can get started painting. I'm going to go ahead and let you see what we're going to be painting tonight. So what you can see right here, this is basically what you're going to see when you join. This is what your video will be for each week. This is actually behind the scenes right now. What you're looking at right now is behind the scenes. I don't normally show this to like on the videos. So you're gonna get a link. You don't have to use this particular surface, but this is what I use, and it's what I think is a great addition to the whole experience. You would buy these supplies separately, but I have links for everything. I have videos for everything showing how to do this. Kelly says, would you say that it has helped improve your skill? How long have you been doing it? Curious minds want to know. Yes, I have been doing this I started in January 2024 with my own 6x6 challenge. So we are on week 39 right now, but I have participated in 6x6 challenges for about 3 years now. And in different ones that other people have provided in there, because I am a student myself, okay? In order for me to continue to teach, which teaching is my passion, I am a student as well, and I continue to learn, and I continue to learn from different artists. So I have participated in this actual 6x6 challenge from other people, but my painting style and my painting, just everything about my painting is just different from the other people that I follow. So Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm showing you the back end. This is the 6x6 that I use every single time for every single one of them. You get 10 sheets in a pack. So if you would do the whole year, and if you wanted to order for the whole year, you would have to buy 6 packs of these because there's only 10 sheets in a pack. And I think each one of these, if I remember correctly, I bought these on blick.com, and I have a link. If you join, you get the link to this. I think they're like $8.99. No, no, that might be too high. I don't know how much these are. I'll have to look it up. But they're not that expensive. You get 10 sheets, so you can just buy 10 sheets for 10 weeks, you know, and then later on buy another 10 sheets. Or you can use your own, whatever you have that's a 6x6. You can use a canvas. I just like using this acrylic, it's called acrylic paper, okay? So it's got a linen finish to it. It's got a really fine, it's thick, it's super thick. It's like cardstock. Y'all know what cardstock's like? Okay, it's almost like watercolor paper, but it's even thicker than watercolor paper. It is, it's 246 pounds, which normal watercolor paper is 140. So that just gives you an idea of how thick it is. It is acid free, it's heavyweight, it is used for acrylic painting, so it's not gonna run through. And so what I do is I buy this at Hobby Lobby. This is painter's tape, it's just white tape. And I take the tape and I just tape it down, and you'll notice that I'm taping this down on like a little surface. The surface that I'm using is the back of my canvas pad from Master's Touch. Okay, I just like to have something that I can move around when I'm working. So I'm gonna tape this down. Okay, I'm gonna just cut these little pieces of tape here. Ooh, that one's kind of short, but that's okay. And I just leave maybe like a 1/4 of an inch overhang on the whole thing. And then I tape all of this down. Y'all see I made a little boo-boo right here. I didn't tape right there. So let me go ahead and do that. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's white on white, but it'll get better in a minute. Okay, so this is my painting surface. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the, look how many I have, y'all. Okay, that's how many I have sitting in my possession. Okay, please excuse my hand. I've had an allergic reaction for about 2 weeks to, I don't know what it is. It's poison ivy, it's chiggers. I'm not sure what it is, but we've been doing a lot of hiking, and I know it's not the most pretty thing in the world to see, but I'm sorry about that. So these are some of the examples of the 6x6s that we've painted. I'm just gonna go through them really quick so you can see. These are upside down. This one, should have got them straight. So those are some 6x6s. This one, you can see those. Here's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Oh, they're all upside down, aren't they? I didn't check them really well, did I? So those are just some examples. No, those are not. Those are extra. Those are from my other 6x6. They're all upside down, aren't they? So I wonder if I just do this, if you can see them better. So there, yeah, there's one, and another, and another, and another, and another. So these are the kind of paintings that you would do in the 6x6. See how cute they are? And I'm gonna tell you a little bit more before we start getting started painting. Some of these are from other 6x6 challenges, but most of them are from my 6x6 challenge. And I think that's about it. There's a couple more. I sell these, and yes, you have the rights to sell these as well. And I'm gonna show you what I do. So here's a sample of what I do. Here's one that we did in our membership. I mean, not in our membership, in our group, in our 6x6 group. And I have found these frames. It is, it's not glass. It's like acrylic that looks like glass. and you peel off the front and the back. And this is just if you want to frame them. I have a couple of them actually in my house that I have framed. So you peel off the front and the back of this, and it acts like glass. Okay, and it fits inside this 8x8. It's an 8x8 frame. And when you order these, I can give you the link in the if you join. They come with either a 4x4 picture mat or a 6x6 picture mat. Okay, so since we're doing 6x6, of course we would use the 6x6 mat. And the way that I do it is I take the 6x6 painting and I tape it. You can see the tape on the back. Okay, I tape it to the back of the 6x6 mat, and then I put it in the frame. And then of course I put the back of the frame back on, and I sell these. I sell a lot of these when I go to markets and things like that, and I'm giving y'all permission to do the same thing. So it fits in there. You've got your little, you can hang it. They can hang it, or they can put it on a shelf. And these frames are not expensive at all. And voila, there you go. You have a beautiful piece of art for you to put in your house or wherever you want. So you can give them as gifts. You can do whatever you want for them. They're so much fun to do. And Nancy says, how much would you sell these for? I have these on my Etsy shop. Without the frame, I sell them, I want to say $38. And with the frame, I sell them for maybe 48, 45, 47, something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but that's kind of where I am with my prices. So yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to zoom in to let you see. This is what you would see if you joined and you were watching the video. Let's say you started with week 1 and you were painting on the 6x6. So something else to know is there is a limited color palette and there's a limited, well, paintbrushes, you can use whatever you want, but I do suggest, and I do give you the links for special paintbrushes that I use, and they are, you don't have to use these, but I use flat paintbrushes, and these are called Princeton Velvet Touch, okay? And I use a number 12, a number 10, a number 8, a number 6, and a number 4. And I would be lying to you if I told you that I had them all in front of me right now, because I don't. But here's some of them. This is the number 10. This is the number 6. This is the number 12. I took some of my paintbrushes to my bathroom. This is the number 16. I don't use that one very often. Here is the number 6. Here is the number 4. So that kind of gives you an idea. I have a number 6 twice because I actually have 2 sets of these somewhere hanging around in my stash. And so these are the paintbrushes that we use. We use all flat paintbrushes. And then a liner brush. If you want something, you know, like with, sometimes you need something with like a really small tip. So just any kind of liner brush would work. So something like this is what we use for our paintbrushes. And then we have a very limited palette and we mix a lot of colors. So that's, to me, that's one of the most fun things about it. So of course you have your black and white, okay? Titanium white, Mars black. That's a staple. But our main colors are these colors. Any brand, it doesn't matter, but we use ultramarine blue, cadmium yellow light, and quinacridone red. Okay, these are the main colors here. And sometimes we use phthalo blue, and sometimes we use burnt umber. So any brand, it doesn't matter, but that's it. That's the only paint colors that are required. So whenever I start a painting, the first thing I do is I put down the color palette. Okay, so I've got my ultramarine blue, I've got my cad yellow. So we learn how to do a lot of mixing in here. And I think that's one of the things that, I don't know, y'all tell me. How many of y'all, are you required to buy the acrylic tablet that is 6x6? No. Lisa, that is totally up to you. You can paint on any surface you want. That's just, I just showed you what I use, and I give you the link so that you can, if you want to use exactly what I use, you can buy exactly what I use. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so then I have I'm going to put my white in the middle. And we're going to get started painting, y'all. I'm looking at my reference photo, and we're working with some fall colors. I'm trying to think, am I going to need the phthalo blue? I'm not sure. Let me get that black going. I'm going to put a little bit of black in there. And, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put a palette knife on the side because I use a palette knife to mix. So I want to show you what I'm gonna do first. I like to start with some kind of wash, like some kind of background. So I'm gonna go ahead and make an orange background. And what I did was I grabbed my quinacridone red and my cadmium yellow light. And I just made an orange. And do y'all see how pretty that orange is? It's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna take that orange and I'm gonna take my paintbrush. And the painting usually takes about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna just take this orange and I'm gonna put a wash over the whole thing. I'm using a little bit of water. I'm just gonna wet this surface down with this orange. Some people say, well, why do you use a background color first? A lot of reasons. One, because I like the way it makes my final painting look. You can sometimes see those little cracks of orange through your paint, through your paintbrush and the final painting. Two, because it's more fun to start a painting not on a white canvas. And three, because I learned it from a lot of professional artists and they do the same thing. And I think it's a great idea because of option 1 and 2. Does that make sense? So I'm just gonna put that orange right there and I'm gonna start. Now, normally I would provide a template, but I did not make a template for this painting just yet. That will be something that I'll do eventually. I also show you how to draw. If you like to draw and you don't want to use a template, I have gotten to the point now to where 99% of the time I don't use a template and I just go ahead and use the reference photo as an inspiration, and I don't try to recreate the exact photo. I just use it as a guide. So I'm gonna do the same thing here and I'm gonna draw this house. Now I drew it to have a pointed top, but you can see that that's okay. It's not gonna make that big of a difference. And I'm gonna put this peak right here, right in the center. And I've got columns coming down. And I'll look at all of y'all questions in a minute, guys. I'm just busy trying to get this thing going. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hey, Pat. Hey, Judy and Donna. What is the name of the red? Quinacridone red, Judy. I see you're asking, Judy asked, what is the name of the red? The red is quinacridone red. It's also called, what is it also called? It's called magenta. Is it magenta? What is it? Magenta? I think it's called magenta in other, it's got a little bit of a pink tone to it. Okay. Okay, so that's basically all I want to do right now is draw the house. You can kind of see like the basics of the house. Hello, Miss Linda. Hi, Donna. Oh yeah, Tracy asked, or Elizabeth, is the wind picking up? Yeah, tropical storm winds. Yeah, I gotcha. Because y'all are in Orlando, right, Elizabeth? Okay, so now we're ready to go. Sometimes I start with the object and then I work around, and sometimes I start with the background and then I paint the object last, because usually we have some kind of object we're working on. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to paint the object first, and then I'm going to work around the background afterwards. I love the fact that this house is blue against those dark oranges and the greens and all of that, because you know when you go to your color wheel and you start learning about all of those colors on your color wheel, which in my membership we talk about all of those different colors, you can see that blue and orange are complementary colors. So they really, really pop when you put them in the same painting. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my ultramarine blue, and the ultramarine blue, and I'm using a number 6. The ultramarine blue is a little bit strong on the blue side. So I'm grabbing a little bit of yellow and I'm just calming it down a little bit. And I also grabbed a little bit of white, and I'm just making a nice blue here to come on in and start my house. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here is just like basically blocking in all of my colors. And I feel like my line is a little bit crooked. Do y'all see that? Because I drew it by hand. And a lot of this blue in here is from the windows, which is from the reflection. Make a little bit more. That's a little bit too green. Let's add some blue to that. So we're going to be working with a little bit of a reflection in our windows, but for now I'm just going to put down this darker blue in here. Okay, you don't have to fill it all perfectly because here, this is just the first layer. But I'm just gonna kind of, you can see that roof too. I missed that roof. I'm gonna go in the black, just a little bit of black, and I'm gonna make that roof. That roof comes right around here. And then on this side too. So I'm in the black right now. I went ahead and picked up a little bit of black just to get that roof line. Okay. And then I also have that same roof line at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of that in as well. Now I'm using solid black. I'm going to come back with other colors, but right now I'm just trying to get in that base color And then we're going to make some changes as we go. All right, I'm adding a little bit of white to it. And you know what? This should have been right here as well, huh? This should have been an angle right here. This should have been angled on both sides. So let me fix that. Yeah, that looks much better. And then I'm going to go back into the blue. And fill all of this in. A little bit more blue in there. Okay, perfect. Right in here, I'm just gonna put some blue in here, but I know I'm gonna have to work on some little details in here, but I'm just gonna put this color in for now. And then we'll come back and work on details as we go. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do right now on the house, just to give it that base layer. And I'm gonna let that dry for just a little bit. And I'm gonna switch paintbrushes, and I'm gonna go to a little bit bigger paintbrush. I'm gonna go to a number 12, and I'm gonna start working in a little bit of the sky and the trees. Now, in the photo, you will see that it is all trees, but I feel like I need to bring in just a little bit of sky, just because it's a little bit too much tree for me. So I'm gonna bring in a little bit of sky. I'm using ultramarine blue and white, and I'm actually using more white than ultramarine blue. It's mostly white with a little tap of ultramarine blue, just making like a super bright sky up here. And if you want more of the blue, you could put more. It's totally up to you and what you want. But most of this is going to be covered up. I'm just bringing in a little bit of sky up here before I start putting all the trees in. Okay. And I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to have some fun with some green. I love mixing my greens. I'm going to take some blue. And I'm going to take some yellow, and I'm going to make my green, and I'm going to make a few different colors of green. Okay, so my palette knife is to help me just mix my colors together. You notice how little paint I use. You don't need a lot of paint at all. One little tube, these are little tubes, these are 2 ounce tubes. You're going to have plenty enough paint for all 52 paintings if you buy just one of those tubes of every color, and you're gonna have some left over. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this medium green, but then before I start going into using the green, I'm gonna start mixing up a few different greens with it. I'm gonna grab one that's a little bit, I'm gonna take some of that green, I'm gonna put more yellow in it, and I'm gonna make a brighter green. See how much fun that is? And then I'm going to take a little bit of black, very, very little, and I'm going to make some darker green. Now, notice I did not grab green to make this darker green. I grabbed black and yellow. And watch, I'm going to bring in a little bit more black. And watch what this black and yellow does. My palette knife's not working the best for me tonight. I think I need a new one. So you see that? It makes almost like a dark olive green. Okay, so I've got another green there that I'm working with. I'm gonna add a little bit more black to that. It's not a lot. I should probably make a little bit more because I do have, yeah, let me go ahead and make a little bit more. Let's add some more black to it. There we go. That's the green I want. Okay, so I've got this green here. I'm gonna make some more green. I'm just getting all of my greens ready because I know I need them. I'm gonna be using lots of greens in just a minute. I'm gonna make this one a little bit lighter. And I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this one to go even lighter. And if you feel like, uh-oh, I made it too light or it's not quite the green I want, then you can adjust it. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to that and then we're ready to go. I think I'm good. Okay, so I've got all these different greens here and I'm gonna go back and grab my number 12. And I'm gonna start putting down that first layer that I see in here. I'm gonna bring in my greens down here. And then to get all of those different dimensions, we're going to pull some of these other greens in here to give it a little bit more movement. And let's go ahead and bring it a little bit further this way. There's actually a driveway right here in the photo. I cut off some of the photo. There's actually like a driveway in this area. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it, even though you can't really see it that much. I'm gonna go ahead and put it just so I think it'll really give a good effect to the paintings. I mean, the driveway's not gonna go that high, of course, but you can see very little of it is like kind of gray right here, and it's actually bluish gray. It goes kind of like this. So I'm just gonna make this little area show that there is a driveway right there, and this down here is a stone wall in the front of the house. So I'm gonna start bringing in a little bit of this gray, and all I'm doing is mixing black and white together from my color palette. And I'm just gonna bring in, this is really the base layer of everything. What I'm doing right now is I'm just asking myself, okay, what's the main color that's gonna go in this area? And so I'm going in and I'm putting in those main colors. There's really not a lot of work involved in this area right here when you're just putting in those colors. But also notice, if you notice my paint strokes, I know that I want this to look like some stones. So I'm taking my paintbrush and I'm just kind of giving that little painterly motion that, hey, there's a little bit of stone going on down here. And I am mixing a little bit of red and green together, because guess what red and green makes, y'all? From the color wheel, red and green is gonna make kind of like a muddy brownish gray, okay? Because they're opposites of one another. So if I make that muddy brownish gray here, I kind of get a little bit of that stone color down here. And I can start adding more layers to my little stone area. Now, we like to keep our paintings a little impressionistic, so we're not trying to recreate the same exact photo. We're just using it as an inspiration. So it's okay if it comes out a little bit different than what the photo does. We don't mind that at all. I'm going to clean that off. And now I'm going to think about what I'm going to do back here before I start finishing my house. So all back here, I know right now I have a lot of orange, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, I have some orange trees, some yellow trees. I'm actually going to make the trees kind of come on top of the house a little bit, like in front. Oh yeah, on this side, that's what I'll do. That's going to look really good. I'm trying to think through this. And then I'm going to have just a few little tree trunks and things like that. So I'm going to be using orange, which I need to mix some more orange. And I'm going to be using some lime green, which is why I made all of these greens here, because we're going to use a lot of that. And I'm going to be using just a little bit of like an auburn reddish brown color. You see that little bush right here in this area? So I feel like I'm good with my paint colors right now. I'm going to go back down. What did I do with it? Here it is. I'm going to go back down to my liner brush because this little house has lots of details to it. And so I'm going to start making those details. I'm going to bring in the white frame. I'm going to start there. And then I have to make my windows. So I'm just going to come in. Let me look at it one more time. I've got 2 windows right here. They don't have to be exact. It's okay if they don't look perfect. They kind of touch each other right there. And then right now I'm just drawing them out. I've got 2 windows. Again, they touch each other here. And then the same thing on this side. Even though you can't see the whole thing, we're just going to pretend we can, and we're going to just draw out the whole thing. Okay, so there's my windows, and then I'm going to keep on going with my frame. All of my white trim. Remember, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be super cute. White down here. Let's see. Okay, the columns are going to be a little bit wider at the bottom. I might have overdone that, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of overdoing these columns, aren't I? Let's try not to. Let's try not to badger it too much, right? Okay, so that's a good start. I'm going to clean that off. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the smallest flat that I have because I'm working, this is kind of detailed. I'm working in a really small area. So I'm going to take, to get that kind of like that window look there, I'm going to use white and blue. White, ultramarine blue, and white, and I'm gonna make the window panes be much lighter than the house. So you can see that reflection. I gotta make a little bit more of that. Okay, and then there are two big window panes down here. I'm just gonna make them really, really loose. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail with them. We don't need to. There's plenty enough other detail that we're gonna be dealing with where that does not need to be. I don't like to do like really realistic paintings. I like to leave a bit of, you know, of imagination out there to it. So we're gonna just leave those like that. Okay, a little bit more. Let's get our frame to our door in here. I need a little bit more white, don't I? Got some white back here, but it's like a really, almost like a dark gray. Just a little bit back there. Okay, that's much better. A little bit of white and dark gray back here. There we go. All right. Okay, more blue for the door. And I'm gonna keep the door a little, it's like really dark because it's in this, it's like a shadow. So I'm gonna go almost black, just a little bit of blue, but it's mostly black. Almost like a navy, like a Payne's gray. If you've ever used Payne's gray, you would know what I'm talking about. And then again, we're gonna make those reflections in the window of the door. I'm gonna go with blue and white. A little bit more white in there. And you can even see the little wreath. How cute is that little wreath as well? I'm gonna come back and work on that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and go back to our liner brush. And the last thing I'm gonna do on the house is I'm going to make the trim with the black. And the windows have that little, so on the inside here, I'm just gonna make a black trim and then put the windows. This is a little bit of a modern home, you can kind of tell. Okay. Let's make a little bit of the roof. Let's make this part come down a little bit more. All right. And then the rooftop is rather dark, so I'm gonna lighten it up just a little bit. with some white and black. And now comes the fun part. Let's get all those trees in there. This is gonna be the fun part. Okay, so there's the house. I'm gonna work on the door a little bit. It's not my favorite part. Okay, so let's get those trees in there. What we're gonna do first is I'm just gonna make a little bit of a brown. So I'm gonna take the blue, the red, and the yellow all together. Now you can also use burnt umber. That's another option that I use a lot in my paintings. Burnt umber is a good dark brown. A little bit more blue in there. And I'm just gonna make a few little branches coming through right here. And you really can't even hardly see the branches, but we're gonna start, and it's just gonna kind of guide myself for my bushes and stuff. It's just kind of helping me guide, okay, where exactly do I want my bushes to be, and where do I want all of my work. This side I have a little bit more showing on my painting than in the photo, so I'm gonna put a tree that comes all the way down right here. It comes all the way down. Okay, so now let's get our orange. I'm gonna take my red. I'm gonna mix that over here with my yellow. Okay, so that's a pretty start for us. That's a really dark orange. So what I like to do is I like to start dark first and then work my way to lighter colors as we go. So I'm gonna start with this. So pretty. Let's go with I'm gonna go kind of big. Let's go with the number 10. So my number 10, now I don't really need that much orange because I already have that orange background that's going to be showing through. So yeah, this is a bonus painting for the 6x6 challenge, and it's a demo. I'm looking at y'all comments. I'm trying to look at your comments as I'm painting. It is a demo for anyone who wants to join the 6x6 because we are launching another group this week. We start October 7th, so we're a little bit early, but the registration is open. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking some yellow and I'm mixing it in to my orange to make it a little bit lighter, and then you'll see that like some of the yellow is just on the palette. It's mixing by itself. And that's okay because I like all of those colors. Aren't those colors gorgeous? We all love fall, don't we? I was looking through all of my paintings in my online membership, and I was like, maybe I need some more fall paintings. And I started counting them, and I'm like, whoa, I have like 47 fall paintings already. But that's okay, we can always paint more. We can always paint more fall paintings, right? So let's come down here a little bit too. Yes, we love fall. Aren't they so much fun to paint, Cindy? I believe it. All right, and then I'm going to grab the green. Y'all, I didn't even clean my paintbrush off. So I'm letting the green, I'm bringing a little bit of green back here. Just kind of like filling in. I'm gonna make this come a little bit in front. Like there's a bush right here or something. Let's go a little bit darker. Like that. See, so I'm using it as a reference. I'm using the photo as a reference. I'm not necessarily painting the same exact photo. Just kind of bringing in a little bit more shrubs and stuff back there. Okay, then I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to start bringing in this green in here. And I'm just using the tip of the paintbrush, like the corner of the paintbrush, and I'm adding lots of green, and I'm letting those branches kind of guide me on where I want to put my leaves and stuff, kind of like following those branches. And then I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Just add a little more layers. And I'm going to make this side come over the house, like in the photo. And as you learn from me, you'll learn about composition and all of those good things, and you'll see that to kind of give this a little more balance, I'm gonna go a little heavy, just like in the photo. I'm gonna go a little heavier on this right side with this green. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty it's coming out. Let's go a little bit further down here. Then I'm going to go into the yellow even more. So I'm just going up to the top and I'm grabbing my yellow. I'm grabbing some more yellow. I'm going to bring in a little more. Just tapping. That's all I'm doing, is just tap, 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 tap with different colors. Maybe just a little bit up here. And then I'm going to grab my red, and I'm going to make kind of like that auburn color. A little bit more red, a little bit more green. I want it to be kind of like a brownish red, almost like a burnt sienna. And I'm going to put a little bit of that right here. Just one more little bush. And one of the colors I think that will help this, you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of it right here because I feel like I need a little more landscaping right in the front. And you can take your time and you know, add a few things if you want, but I'm trying to keep this under an hour. I don't know if I've been successful in that today because I have spent a lot of time on this one. Normally my paintings I can do in about 45 minutes, but this one's got a lot of detail in it. I'm going to bring a little bit more movement into my ground there. And then I'm going to have a little bit of fun with a little bit of black. So I'm going to bring in just a little more detail. Let me grab a smaller paintbrush. I want to grab a little bit more right on the edge of my door here. So I'm going to use the black. Actually, I want more like a really deep green, just to kind of make some really dark shadows back there in a few areas. So I'm gonna pop in just a little bit of those darker colors. See how it added a little bit of a shadow? I like that. Let's go a little bit further down here too. And I could even, if I wanted to be really, you know, I normally don't, but I could come down here and I could add some little details in the little stone wall that's right here. Look how cute that is. You can add this little, kind of make it look like some little rectangles of stone in there. And that gives it a nice little touch, doesn't it? I like that. Okay, a few I know I keep on saying, I'm done. A few little little areas. I'm gonna go into the white. So this is like the last thing I do is I like to go like super, super bright. What are the really bright areas that I need to bring out maybe a little bit more brightness? So up here in the yellow, I'm gonna bring a little more white in there. Maybe like right on the windows, I'm gonna just tap with a little more glare coming through with a little more white right there. Right in here, a little more white. A little more white on the roof. A little more bright colors. Get all of those super bright colors to shine. That's usually the last thing I do is I try to find those areas where I can just make some areas just pop just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna call it because I'll stay here for another hour. Let's go ahead and take our tape off and see what we created. And then I'll go back and look at all of the questions. I'm sure y'all have some questions that y'all want to ask. So one of the questions I'm probably going to get is, do you get tracing templates for this? Yes, something like this, I do provide a template for you because there is some drawing involved. And the drawing is the actual house. Look how cute that is. Okay, I did not finish this side well enough. I'm going to have to go back and finish that one little side right there. So that needs to be fixed. I need to add a little bit more of my brush right there to make that work. But how cute is that little fall house, right? And it's just in a little 6x6. I mean, it's an easy, fun painting. It's detailed, so it takes a little bit of time. But for the most part, it's super, super fun, and you can all accomplish this. This is something that all of you can do. You don't have to be a professional artist. Even if you've never painted, this is something that you can definitely do. So I'm looking to see if there's a question that you had about all of this. I'm going to drop the link to the 6x6 challenge down here at the bottom, and I'm looking for questions about anything. So I don't see any questions. Do not see any questions, but I will reiterate. If you are a mini den or a den member, you get a $20 coupon code, and you can find it in your email. If you cannot and you want to join, it is $147 for 52 painting tutorials. So I'm going to do the math really quick. 147 divided by 52 is $2.82 per tutorial. That's what you're paying. $2.82 per tutorial. So I think it's a pretty darn good deal if you ask me. you have access to the tutorials for 2 years. So the first year, this group starts October 7th. The first year starts October 7th, and every week until 52 weeks from now, you will get a new painting tutorial every single week. I'm looking for all my painting tutorials. And it is the same. Everybody's week 1 is the same week 1. Everybody's week 2 is the same week 2, and so forth and so on. Some people have already started. They're already on week 39 because I have launched this. This is going to be the 4th time that I launched this. So some of you are going to see, somebody's going to post week 28 or something, and you're going to be like, I want to do week 28. Well, you have to wait until you get to week 28 to paint week 28, okay? So everybody's week 15 is going to be the same week 15, so forth and so on. But you just have to wait until you get to that week to get that painting, all right? I hope that makes sense. I will tell you that week 1, if you're going to be starting, this is a bonus painting tutorial that everybody is going to have access to. But week 1 is a white born, and I'm looking for it. I think I still have it. And after the 52 weeks are over, it's probably the last one at the bottom, right? After the 52 weeks are over, you get an entire year to keep all of the 52 weeks and just do it again if you want. If you want to do the whole challenge again, you have a whole year free to just go ahead and do it again. And I can't find the white born. I don't know where it is, but oh, here it is. This is week 1. This is what you would be painting on week 1, just to give you a little hint of what you do. We do houses, we do landscapes, we do birds, we do like a little girl, we do flowers, we do, I love barns, y'all know that, so there's probably a lot of barns. But I do have a little list of things that I have written down that I want to paint in them, and I try to keep that list of like the variety of what we do. I try to keep that variety going. They are not whimsical paintings, they're not gnomes, they're not holiday paintings, because if you start on week 1 in October and somebody else started on week 1 in April, then you're not necessarily going to be at that particular time of a holiday, because this is just an ongoing yearly adventure. So there are no holiday paintings per se. Okay, does that make sense? It's all just fun landscapes and all that kind of stuff. No pay per month, Lisa. It is a one-time payment of $147 for the entire 2 years of information. It's actually 1 year of information with an additional year to hold on to all of the stuff. Basically, that's how it works. Okay? So yes, I hope you come and join. This is the last group for this year's 6x6. This is I launched it every 3 months. I've launched it, and every 3 months there's a different group that started with week 1, and this is the last group for the year of 2024. So yeah, the girl in the swing be in this. Yes, the girl in the swing is in this. Yes, it's super fun, y'all. I hope y'all come and join us. All right, guys, I'm looking to see if there's any more questions. I'm so glad that y'all joined me tonight, and we had some fun painting our little 6x6. Isn't it cute? Our little fall house. I love the blue house against the orange and the green. Doesn't it look cute? I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. I needed a good painting today, and I think this was a good painting. I hope y'all have a great night, and God bless you all, and prayers for all of you who are in the path of Hurricane Helen or Helena. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but prayers to you all. The deadline for joining Kelly is by August 7th. Week 1 is dropped on October. On October 7th. Week 1 starts on October 7th. So you have until October 7th to make up your mind. Okay? All right, guys. All right. Amen. Bless you all. Y'all have a great night. I love you. Bye.